So ever since I transitioned over from using a monitor stand to using monitor arms for my PC desk setup, I feel like I can never go back to any desk setup that doesn't have it. And if you're an individual that's trying to build their own PC desk setup, I feel like it's an essential part of any setup, and you really need it to have a better experience when it comes to gaming, work, or just pure entertainment. It really helps with productivity as well. So I'm gonna go over my main 3 reasons why you should get monitor arms and why it's an essential part when it comes to your PC desk setup. The first reason is having the ability to adjust your monitors and orientation of them no matter what task you're doing, and also the way you like your setup to look and how it feels. As a gamer myself, I need to be able to adjust the screen and move the monitor, especially when it comes to competitive FPS shooters. And for those of you who do play competitive FPS, you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially when those games get a bit sweaty and you need to be able to focus. That screen is coming closer to my face, and just like the pros and how they play it, to increase your KDA, the closer the screen is, the faster your FPS, the better your shots are, right? Okay, so I don't play with the monitor that close to my face, but I know a lot of pros do it, and I don't know how they do it. You're literally kissing the monitor, but when I go back to any general task or work, I would just push the monitor back, and it's just very convenient when you have the monitor arm to do it. So I don't have a TV in my room, and my bed is literally right next to me to my left, but I do have the monitors, right, and I can rotate them with the monitor arm. So when I do want to watch some TV shows, some movies, or even Netflix and chill, you know, by myself on the bed here to the left, I can simply just rotate it and turn around and just move over from my chair over to my bed. And I was doing that before as well, but you had to pick up the entire monitor and the stand with it. And it was kind of annoying, to be honest, because then you have to adjust it back later on. So if you have more than one monitor for your desk setup and you need it to be in a specific orientation, whether it be side by side, one monitor might have to be vertical, one on top of each other, it's a lot easier to set this up when you have monitor arms in comparison to just having monitor stands. You're really limited to how you can set up your orientations for your monitor. So ever since I got the monitor arm, I switched, as you can see, the right side of my hand here, that monitor, I switched it over to a vertical position, and it's just made my workflow and my productivity a lot smoother, being able to just drag over folders to that side and look up files and look up music sometimes for these videos, and while I'm editing, makes it a lot easier because of that vertical position. I can have more screen real estate. So having these monitor arms is essential when you want to have a specific orientation, or you know, you want to just be able to switch around from maybe 2 horizontal, sometimes you want 1 vertical, you want to go back and forth. It just allows you to have more variety when it comes to your overall setup. So the second reason why you should get monitor arms is because it saves you a lot of desk space, especially if you're an individual that is already lacking space with the desk that you have. You might have a smaller desk. Having monitor arms elevates those monitors and gives you space underneath, and it allows you to put things such as like speakers, a clock, which I've done with my setup. And if you need that extra space, maybe sometimes you want to pull out another device, a laptop. So that's something I would do, pull out my laptop or my iPad, move away the keyboard and mouse right underneath the monitor because it's elevated, so I have that desk space available. And if you want to do other things with the space, you can. I've seen some people put like a mini shelf underneath their monitor to have more storage space, so that's another option. So it really just gives you more opportunity to work around your desk setup with limited space. The third and final reason why you should get a monitor arm is just to increase the overall aesthetic of your desk setup. And even if you're working with a budget setup or the monitor you have might not be the most expensive monitor, having a monitor arm really increases the overall look and premium feel that it can bring when you have a monitor arm in comparison to just using it on a regular stand. So get yourself a monitor arm, make the investment. It's not that expensive, and if you do your research, you can find monitor arms that are cheap, as low as $30. Now they do have expensive ones that are up to like $100 to $200. The one I have is the EVO, I think dual monitor arm, that costs around $80 to $100 depending on the day and depending on if they're going on sale or not. So do your research. You can find yourself a cheap monitor arm just to increase your overall aesthetic of your desk setup. So I do want to mention that I do have a glass desk, and when I was doing my research for these monitor arms, I was being told not to use monitor arms at all on a glass desk. Now I understand, because it can put too much pressure on a specific portion of the desk and it can actually crack the desk if it's too heavy. So what I did instead was did some research and found that you can buy these metal plates to help support the desk, so the clamping force isn't directly on top of the glass itself. Now these are pretty expensive for what they are. They're just 2 pieces of metal plate that you put in between the desk, and their costs anywhere between $20 to $30. And you can also do this at home if you could have a DIY solution. Maybe take 2 pieces of wood. It might not look the best, but you can also do that. Maybe you can find 2 pieces of metal yourself that you can put in between the desk, and that can work. So just make sure you do your research. If you do have a glass desk, I'm just letting you know it's possible to put on these monitor arms. You just need to make sure you have some type of support system on the desk itself. All right, so those are my 3 reasons why you should get yourself a monitor arm. If you haven't done so already, just go do your research, find one that's within your budget, and trust me, it'll increase your overall quality of life when it comes to just your work setup or gaming setup, and the functionality, the aesthetics, everything about it. I think a monitor arm is a must nowadays when it comes to your desk setup. So hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment down below. Do you use a monitor arm, and what do you use it for? How do you use it? Do you use it for gaming, or do you use it for work? Let me know down below, and make sure you subscribe for future videos. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.